Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. I'm Debbie from Debbie's World and this is another weigh-in update. So it's Saturday and once again I've been to group this morning. I am trying to practice looking at the camera lens, which is here, rather than looking here. It's really difficult to practice because it feels like I'm going cross-eyed. So this is when I'm looking at the camera lens, and this is when I'm looking into the screen. So let me know, because I've had a few comments about trying to look at the camera, and I do try, but it's when you're trying to be natural and just think of things to say, it's not always easy to remember to look at the little black dot and not the screen. Anyway, so yes, this morning is Saturday. What date are we on? Let's have a look. The 10th of November, and as usual on Thursday, I usually would weigh in on Thursday evenings, but me and Charlie went along to our training class and he is actually doing a little bit better. I think we gave up on the treats too early, so we were kind of feeling that he should be doing things without treats now, but going back to the training has reminded me how much treats focus him and they bring him on with his tricks and his obedience a lot more. So back to the treats and back to the treats in the pocket for walks. So yeah, that's going really well. I am dressed underneath here. I've got one of Jane Day's t-shirts on, but I just wanted a bit of comfort because I have once again been to a gym class this morning, and it's cold and wet out there, isn't it? So I've got the dressing gown on. First of all, if you watched my video on Wednesday where I talked about Claudia's creative kitchen, or did I upload it Thursday morning? I filmed it Wednesday night anyway. You will note that I have had my tooth fixed. So yes, when I was about 8 or 9, I think, I was on a scooter and I was riding my scooter and toppled head forward into the bars and knocked a chip off my front tooth. And ever since then I've worn a little cap, or the dentist has formed a little cap, and on Wednesday, I believe it was, it came off. I tried to pull off my gloves with my teeth and it came off. I think I've done quite well actually, because the last time it came off was September 2014, and the last time before that was when I was about 18, and that time it was trying to open, this is how long ago, when you used to have top-up cards for your mobile and you used to get them in plastic bags, plastic covers, and you had to open the plastic and top up your phone with your card. So that's the last time it broke off, trying to open a bit of plastic with my teeth. So yeah, I need to avoid doing things like that. So, group this morning. You might remember that last week I had a really good loss. I lost 2.5 pounds and got down to 10 stone 10.5, which took me half a pound under target. It was taster night, taster morning, and Miss Slinky. Unfortunately, I'm not able to stop for the whole of the group because I'm dashing off for my exercise class. But I did manage to eat some of the things at Taster. I can't be trusted at a buffet, and especially not a Slimming World buffet. So I had some Weetabix muffins and a few bits and pieces like that. So I was already over on my Healthy Extra B and probably a couple of thins for whatever was in the rest of the things on offer. I then had a lunch and dinner on plan, but then I went on to eat a few bits of chocolate, and I had 2 Baileys and a small one of those small bottles of wine that are like 7 or 8 sins, which was given to me for winning Group Woman of the Year. So I would say that I had about 50 sins on Saturday. And then on Wednesday, I had 2 Healthy Extra A's because I made myself some rice pudding with the Alpro chocolate milk. I've also done my 2 exercise classes, lots of walking, lots of drinking, and I've been pretty much on plan, but with so like 15 sins every day. So that brings me to this week, the 10th of November. And I have gained 4.5 pounds, which takes me to 11 stone 1, with a total weight loss of 15 stone 6.5 pounds. So that is a little bit more than I was expecting. A little bit disappointed with that, to be quite honest. I don't think I deserved such a big gain. But it's happened, and I'm just going to have to face it. What I've come on to talk about is my target range. So yes, I am in my target range. My target is 11 stone. So my target range is 11 stone 3. Top end is 11 stone 3, and bottom end is 10 stone 11. So to get back into target range, I did need to have a gain. But I really, really would like it to settle down and not be these big swings. And I know it's because some of the time it's because of what I've eaten. You know, I've had a few treats, I've had an off-plan day, I've had an off-plan meal, which is fine because I'm at Target. But I really would like to see it become a little bit more settled. And for example, I gained 6.5 pounds and then lost 6.5 pounds, and then I lost another 2.5, and now I've gained 4.5. So I really would like to get back to gaining a pound, losing a pound, gaining half, losing half, gaining 2, losing 2. Or, you know, I accept I'm not going to be 11 stone every single week. But I really would like it to settle down a little bit more. But I do have to give myself credit that I am in my target range, and I have still lost over 15 stone, nearly 15.5 stone. And I am actually managing. Maybe this is my target plan. Maybe by weighing every week, that is my way of keeping an eye on it. There are a couple of people who've said you don't need to weigh every week. You could weigh in every so often. But at the moment, I feel like weighing every week is helping me. It's helping me to keep an eye on when I've had a few little things that are over my allowance. I can go to weigh in, and then but maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm giving myself those treats, then I'm seeing a gain. So I'm going back to what I call strict extra easy, and I'm getting a loss. And yes, it's working. Yes, and I'm happy. I am. I don't want anybody to think I'm not. But maybe it's messing with my head a little bit. As I said, one of my goals for November was to try and introduce the additional healthy extras instead of turning to extra sins, because now I feel like now I've gained that 4.5 pounds, I won't have any additional healthy extras this week. I'll just be doing it extra easy until next Saturday, unless I really, really feel like I need a hi-fi bar at some point or something like that. So yeah, any advice on things like that would be really welcome. One thing, I'll go on to talking about this lady a bit more next time, later on in the vlog. But one thing I was talking about with a lady this morning was, when we do have extra sins, is to write it all down, maybe. so that I actually know, right, I did have exactly 60 sins on Saturday. I don't know how many I had. I just know it was 40, 50, 60. But I didn't write it down. I didn't calculate it exactly. I knew how many sins was in each thing. I knew the little chocolates I was having with 1.5 sins. I knew the wine was 7 or 8 sins. I knew the Baileys was 5 or 6 sins. So I knew, but I didn't actually add it up properly. So maybe doing something like that would help when I don't like to call it a treat night, but when I'm having that bit more, maybe it would help to write it down. And I'm not necessarily talking about then having less sins. Yeah, it's called flexi sins, isn't it? So maybe if I wrote down, this is what I had, and it would help me to own it and help me to rein it back in. But yeah, I feel like I'm fluctuating a bit too much. It's like highs, lows, and I'm staying in target, which I'm really happy about, and I am managing, and I am, you know, I'm still doing the plan. I'm doing it Debbie's way, and I'm doing it my target way. But can I, sorry, someone just rang me then. Can I continue with this type of way of living for life? I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. Yeah. I do enjoy having a little bit of extra thing here now and again. I do enjoy relaxing on a Saturday or a Thursday night, depending when I weigh in. But again, I won't be doing that tonight because I've had a bigger gain than I anticipated. But yeah, the main thing is I'm still in target, and I'm still loving the plan. I'm still loving the food in general. It does allow you to have things that other diets or other healthy lifestyles wouldn't allow you to have. I'm still loving the community, and yeah, that's what I want to talk about now. So I walked into my group this morning, and Sue, the consultant, who you'll know, if you've been watching for a while, you'll know that Sue Firth was my consultant on a Thursday for the best part of my journey. But she had to give up her Thursday groups because she was finding it a bit too much. But she still does a Saturday morning group, so she knows me really well. And she came down and sat next to me, and she said before I before I weighed in, because there was a bit of a queue. And she said, "Oh, are you gonna? Can you stay for a little bit? I know you've got to run off to your gym class, but can you just stay until we get to weigh in, and I'll do you first, because there is someone who wants to meet you." There's this lady who's come from York, normally goes to Matt Briggs' group, who is Slimming World Boy on Instagram. I'm sure a lot of you know him. But she's come especially to have a little shop in Selby, our local town, and to meet you. So I thought, wow. She's followed you on YouTube and Instagram, and she says you're her inspiration. How lovely is that? How lovely. So Alison was this lovely lady. She doesn't comment or anything, as she likes to keep herself a little bit more private. But Alison has lost 7 stone. She's a target member, as I say, in Matt Briggs's York group. She brought me a lovely card, and on the front of the envelope it says my name and my hero and inspiration. How lovely. Lovely little thank you card. And she watches my YouTube and Instagram. She says, "Your posts and videos have helped me lose 7 stone and maintain it." And I'm so glad that she's given me her mobile number and email address, because of course we were too busy chatting to exchange details. So thank you so much, Alison. It was a real boost and Alison is still in Target. I won't share her result just in case she doesn't want it to be shared, but she did remain in Target today. And she also bought me a lovely orchid plant, so I have a matching one. So thank you so much, Alison. And when it got to our turn in image therapy, Sue actually announced that I have a YouTube channel and that it's been a big inspiration. And to be quite honest, I'd been a little bit sad about missing out on the Miss Slinky competition because I'm not going to my Thursday group, and Saturday I only pop in every now and again, so I can't expect to be nominated on a Saturday. But I am pleased to say that the lovely Ruth from our Thursday group, who's lost 3 stone, won the Miss Slinky in our Thursday group. But to be quite honest, to be presented with something like that in group and to be told by a lovely young lady sat right next to me that I'm her inspiration and that I've helped with her journey, honestly, that means the world. It means the absolute world, and it's better than a Miss Slinky award, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help myself on my own journey, and I'm here to hopefully help and inspire others. So yeah, that was a real big boost to me, and it was Alison who was saying about noting down the extra sins that we have if we're having a flexi sin day. So yeah, that might be something that I take going forward, and I will be in touch, Alison. So I think that's it for today. Just a short little video, just to say I've had a gain. I've got to face it. It probably is coming up to Star Week. Maybe not. Last Star Week was the 18th of October, so probably not. I have introduced a new gym class, but at the end of the day, it's not what we do, it's what we eat. So that's what I need to remember. I would like to try and get on a more even keel in November. So any advice on that is much appreciated. I know a fair few people talked about having a healthy extra, additional healthy extras every other day. Now that's something that I would struggle with without writing down, because I would forget whether the previous day whether I had an additional healthy extra or not. And I'm reluctant to keep a food diary because it makes me feel like I'm on a diet, and it has helped me in the past. I won't deny that keeping a food diary in previous stages of my journey has helped. But I feel like I'm in a really good routine now. Maybe I'm just making excuses. But yeah, I think what I'll do is I will do extra easy this week and see what happens. It could be that the change in weighing times has affected me as well. You know, I went from an evening group to a morning group and then a morning group again. But at the end of the day, I've gained 4.5 pounds, but I'm still in my target range. I'm still happy with my overall progress. I'm still making leaps and bounds in the gym. The trainer, the instructor that does the boot camp circuit is really keeping his eye out for me and helping me with the weight exercises and suggesting alternatives if I can't quite get the exercise that everyone else is doing, or you know, it's another more relaxed class rather than a dance or aqua aerobics or boot camp class or body combat class where you feel like you have to be in time with everyone else or coordinated. It's a more relaxed approach, so I think that is what I need to look for. And maybe I need to start doing a couple of YouTube videos at home as well, because the walks are getting shorter, now now the weather's deteriorating. So yeah, I think that's it from me. If you have any advice, then please do comment below. Thank you to Alison for giving me a real boost today, and to Sue for making it into a sort of special occasion to have someone there who'd come to see me, and she let the rest of the group know my weight loss and a bit of my story. And as always, she recounted the story of when I first joined, which is that I walked in and she said, "Are you staying?" And I said, I don't know yet. And she's never forgotten that, and any chance she gets, she recounts that. Have you noticed I'm smiling more, showing my teeth off? So yeah, here I am, bouncing around in... Oh, hang on, there's someone at the door. That was Andrew's cake boxes for his Christmas cakes. Here I am, bouncing around in this £6 range. Still in Target. I've had a little bit of a knock with a larger gain than I expected, but then I've had the most fantastic boost by a very special lady coming to visit me in my group. I mean, can you imagine? So I will leave it there with my orchid and my plant. Alison, I will give you a text or an email. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the support and comments as always. Please like, comment and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications of future videos, and I will see you next time. And just look at that. I'm fixed again. See you later.